Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron, and this is the Game Day Hour. Welcome to season 2 of the Game Day Hour podcast, and this is episode 1. Here on episode 1, we're going to be talking about what to expect from the podcast this season from here on out in order, while also introducing new concepts to the channel that I have not really got to implement just yet. So this is just going to be about like a summary or an overview type of video. It's not going to be very long. This isn't going to be a long episode, so just sit back, relax, and this is what you're going to expect in season 2. So what I'm first going to do is go in order for how I plan to have the episodes come out. I'm not going to go through each and every episode, but I'm just going to give you a good idea of what to expect through the episodes throughout the season. And then we're going to talk about what I want to implement into this season that I didn't really get to do last time. So let's get started. So in the early episodes of the Game Day Hour, I really want to take a look back to the 2023 NFL season because my plan for this podcast is to entertain people on football before the next season, which is 6 months away. So this whole off season that's often very boring, I just want to have people, come join me to talk football all year long. So we're going to start with the 2023 season, and we're going to then start transferring into the next season. But before we get to that stuff, we're going to also talk about other sports because, as you guys know, in March, Major League Baseball starts back up, and close to April and May is when the NBA playoffs begin. In this summer, we're also going to have UEFA Euros and Copa America coming up as well. So we're going to also talk about those tournaments and, predict winners when they come. And then lastly, Major League Baseball will also have its playoffs closer to October and November, and the NBA season will also begin there. So we might have 4 to 6 episodes of something that's not the NFL or potentially college football. So those are other things you want to be looking forward to. But one of the coolest projects I have planned is the NFL draft. Not only am I predicting who is taking who in the first round, but I'm also going to try to do the draft on draft day, like live stream it on YouTube, because I want to actually talk to some people during it while also freely commentating. Those are things that I think will be pretty cool and I just really want to do. So we're going to have that when the draft comes along. And then once the draft is done, we're going to be taking a look at the fantasy football like we did last season. But instead of having an episode for each team, we're probably going to have an episode per division or an episode per position. I'm going to preferably want to go division, but that's because I also want to have some episodes with it while also being prepared for UEFA and Copa. So we're going to have those. And then once the season kicks off, we're going to be doing week by week of the NFL. College football is a maybe right now, but there's a chance that college football might just be put on the TikTok. So if you guys are interested in college football content, then I would recommend actually going to TikTok at TGD Hour, and you'll also find it in the description below. So those are the things I want to do, and then of course the last episode will be about Super Bowl 59, which you guys can make your predictions right now. I don't have any, so we'll get to there when we do, but before I sign off this video, there's some things I want to implement. First of all, I want to bring on some potential guests, and I have some names down of who I want to bring, but just know throughout the season, we might actually have some people who are going to be guests on the show. And so if you guys are excited for that, let me know and be prepared for those episodes. I plan to have something for fantasy and then later throughout the year when the NFL season's going. I want those things. And I'm also going to be doing Tier List Maker. Now, Tier List Maker is a website that we go on the browser for where we get to separate certain topics into categories from best to worst. You'll see a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators, they use Tier List Maker for various reasons. We're going to be using it for football and fantasy. So we're going to have that. And then lastly, Q&As. I want to end off each episode answering some questions, so go onto my social medias and follow me there so you can ask me questions, and I'll be sure to answer them on some episodes. They don't have to be football related, but just know that I'm going to be looking at each and every question. The questions that come onto the episode are questions that I deem appropriate for the episode. You don't have to talk about sports, but just be careful about certain topics you want to talk about. I might answer, I might not, but we'll see. So those are things I want to implement in this season, and I actually cannot wait. So this was just going to be a beginning episode just to let you know what's going on. Nothing special. But in the next episode, I'll be talking about Super Bowl 58. And I'm going to be talking about like the game in general and just how I feel about it. And then I'm also going to have, surprisingly, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, a Dallas Cowboy hate piece, because I did not talk enough about how much I was frustrated with the Cowboys. So I wanted to spend a little bit of an episode talking about how frustrated I was. So be prepared for that next episode. But yeah, that is it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you do, please like, comment down below, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I'd love to see people coming in and out, new viewers and everything. I also want to ask you guys to follow on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm going to be doing a lot of TikTok content this year. And again, leave some Q&A questions for me to answer. I'm very excited for this season. I hope you guys are. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care and goodbye.